That used to be the thing about America, was the fact that Hollywood, forget America, Hollywood used to, that's what we did better than anybody else in the world. We told a really good story, you know. Europe was where you had character-based films or mood-based films, but America, we told a story. We're the worst at it now, as far as I'm concerned.
At telling a story.
Telling a story. We don't tell a story, we tell a situation. Most of the movies that you see nowadays, and I'm not a Hollywood basher, because enough good movies come out of the Hollywood system every year to justify its existence. However, a good majority of movies that come out, all right, you pretty much know everything you're going to see in the movie by the first 10 or 20 minutes. Now, that's not a story. A story is something that constantly unfolds. I'm not talking about like this quick left turn or a quick right turn or a big surprise. I'm talking about it unfolds.
Anora is a story that is constantly unfolding until the very last seconds of the film. It's a story that at its surface seems simple and almost cliche-ish, but by the end you realize that these characters who you've made assumptions about in the beginning are much deeper and complex than what they are initially presented to be. In an interview with Sharp magazine, the director of Anora, Sean Baker, explained, "I am drawn to topics like sex work, which have traditionally been depicted in reductive or sensationalized ways. My goal is to challenge these stereotypes and help humanize my characters, allowing the audience to connect with them on a deeper level." In most American films, sex work is exactly how he explained, reductive. I think because of its innate crudeness, it becomes a stereotype in movies that are kind of one-dimensional. Annie, played by Mikey Madison, is a character who is burying her true identity, even from the simplest change of her Russian name, Anora.
I mean, I like Anora more than Annie.
Okay. Says the fuckhead named Igor. Fucking Igor.
At the surface, this change in her name seems to be just a pseudonym for privacy and safety as a sex worker. But as the film unfolds, we realize that it's really more about her personal detachment from her Russian roots. She's clearly trying to remove herself from her culture and Americanize herself as she chases that so-called American dream. Money, power, luxury. These are the main drivers of her character. And when we meet Mark Eidelstein's character, Vanya, it's pretty clear that that's all she's after. However, when Annie and Vanya eventually get married, I think it's fair to question, is this really love? I think this is up to the audience's interpretation, but what's for certain is through the events that unfold in this movie, Annie eventually realizes that what she is chasing ultimately comes at a cost, and this American dream is a lie. It's a classic Cinderella moment gone wrong. Poor girl meets rich prince, but instead of a happy ending, it turns into a nightmare. The film plays with our expectations and then subverts them, showing how the fantasy of wealth and love is just that, a fantasy. By the end, Annie is worse off than when she started. Instead of being saved by marrying rich, she's just another person the powerful discard when they're done with them. I think Sean Baker says this best here.
I just called it a comedy, but it actually is quite the dramedy. And to tell you the truth, I sometimes even call it a tragedy with just, comic elements. We were telling a story that as I said earlier, it's like ultimately a tragedy, but I still want to entertain the audience. And I do want to also point out the absurdity of some of the, of the situations in this film. Yeah. And so therefore it comes with laughs. And I think that's important, life is a balance of comedy and pathos, right? Totally. I mean, that's what life is. So if you're making a film or telling a story about life and you leave out one of those two things, you're not being truthful, you're not being real.
To me, Anora is a modern masterpiece because it speaks to the way that money and love are by nature connected. It explains how capitalism infiltrates our most intimate relationships. But beyond that, its execution is flawless, by including some dark humor that exposes how ridiculous our world is. And of course, I can't end this video without talking about the ending. Annie finds herself in a car with Igor, one of the henchmen of her now ex-husband, Vanya. After Igor hands her back her 3 or 4 carat ring that she thought she had lost, Annie initiates a sexual encounter with Igor. However, as he tries to kiss her, she pulls away and starts slapping him and fighting back, and overwhelmed by emotion, breaks down, crying in his arms. In my opinion, this moment is not of victory or defeat, but a painful recognition that the world is designed to keep certain people in their place, no matter how clever, ambitious, or resourceful they may be. Hey, thanks for watching this video. This is a new style of video for me, so if you enjoyed it, leave a comment below and let me know what you think. See you guys later.